continue with this Amy stuff.
You said that you were overweight when you were a child.
That really captured your imagination, didn't it?
Well, I think it's something that we should talk about. I know you said it didn't bother you, but you did say something about children being cruel.
Well, I was fat. Not overweight, fat. My sister was the overweight one. I'm kidding. My sister's gorgeous.
It's really hard for me to believe that you actually ever were this overweight kid. It's like you've erased that girl.
Right after my father died, I decided to stop eating. It's like I woke up 45 pounds thinner.
How do you wake up 45 pounds thinner?
I just didn't eat. And I felt like it was the one thing that I could control in that house. Some days I'd just have one cracker all day long, and I'd feel my stomach get flatter, and I'd have this wonderful sense of lightheadedness, this wonderful high.
What?
Doesn't matter.
No, go on, finish the thought.
My father was a lovely man, sweet, charming. I loved him very much.
And your mother?
My mother's dead. You know the joke about the farmer with the two cows? The one cow gives milk and the other one doesn't?
No.
No? Never mind, anyway. My dad died when I was 13. And my mother's rather like Cinderella's stepmother. And my sister's like the evil stepsister. Once when I was 13, my parents came back from Milan with two identical dresses. Very, very beautiful ones. A red one for Maria, my sister, and a blue one for me. Mine, of course, didn't fit me. So my mother told her to switch with me because she was older and hers was slightly bigger. She, of course, didn't want to, so she started screaming and said she wanted the red dress. It's not her fault that I'm so fat. And finally she threw the dress at me and said, well, then take it, fatso. So I started crying. And my mother said, what are you crying for now? You should be glad that your sister's dress fits you and that she agreed to trade dresses. You should thank her. Later, I heard my parents arguing, and my dad said to my mum, why didn't you just get them the same color dress? And my mother started whispering. She said, I can't buy her red. I couldn't hear her properly then. She seemed like she said she looks like a watermelon in it, or she'd look like a fire truck in it, or she'd look like a beach ball. I couldn't hear what she said.
So did you ever talk to your dad about what you might have heard?
No, I never got a chance.
So could you have talked to your mom about it? Why not?
So it is quite important that she's a C as well, because obviously that's a big part of acting. But I get all copyright shit if I film HBO stuff.
She'd say that I was making things up. That's what she said to most of my complaints. She used to call me the fabricator. I had a very vivid imagination. I used to make things up. Once I told her that I saw my sister kissing the gardener behind the house. She went ballistic. She nearly had a coronary. You know, once Maria had a blind date, and before he got there, she said, let's play a trick on him. She told me to open the door and pretend that I was her. And she'd watch from the room next door, and if she didn't like him, she just wouldn't come out, and I could pretend that I was sick and cancel the date. So when I opened the door, he was really cute, and I thought she'd be interested in him. So I kept talking to him and pretending to be her and chatting away, and finally she came out from the other room and said, "Hi, I'm Maria." And he was completely confused, and I was utterly humiliated. I went so red, I still get embarrassed when I think about it today. And she told him that I was just checking out her dates for her and that it was all just a joke. The thing is, I didn't get the joke. I mean, not till years later. I didn't realize till then that all she really wanted was to see the look of relief on his face. when he realized that she was his date, not me, the fatso. Hilarious, right? Don't worry, I got back at her years later. I met him at college and I fucked his brains out, and I told her that he didn't remember her and that I'd had to remind him. And she said, oh, whatever, I dumped him after 2 dates anyway. And I said, oh, he told me that he dumped you because you smelled like tuna.
And is that true?
No,
So really you settled that account in bed?
I did indeed.
I know you're settling another account in bed with Jake this time. What, because he's become too sensitive for you? So let me make sure I have this right. Your father died when you were 13.
Yes,
You must have been pretty devastated.
I was. He was a lovely man. He was affectionate and great.
Physically affectionate.
Yeah. He'd come into our room at night when we were sleeping and kiss us on the eyes. And then I'd half wake up and I'd smell his aftershave and know that he was there. And then he'd whisper in my ear that he loved me, and he'd hold my face in his hands. He had these huge hands like a construction worker. He was just so tender and lovely.
And yet when Jake is tender and he expresses his love through tenderness, it makes you angry. You said it was disgusting. Do you think that might be because it scares you? That you've learned you can't trust people who express themselves tenderly, that they seem weak? That they're going to abandon you, die, leave you behind? And so in order to avoid that, you provoke Jake, you make him angry. You create these situations that bring out the worst in him, and he treats you badly.
Ben will be here in a minute. What should I do?
Do you really want me to give you permission to have sex with your boss?
Once. Just once. Just tell me it's not that bad.
I think it might be that bad.
But you'll explain it to Jake if he finds out. Can you make sense of it for him?
And what is it exactly that you want me to tell him?
That I'm fucked up. That I can't help myself. That it's bigger than me. Just tell him that I'm fucked up.
So even if Jake forgives you, do you think that you can forgive yourself?
I always forgive myself. That's my problem. I just close my eyes before I go to sleep at night, and I ask God for forgiveness, and I forgive myself for everything. Even the unforgivable things, I never get punished.
You think that sex with Reeves will go unpunished?
Who's going to punish me?
Or maybe you've already started to punish yourself. Do you really think that sleeping with Reeves is going to bring back the good old reliable, angry, controlling Jake, the one who fights you and threatens you?
I don't know.
And now that he's expressing his love through tenderness, do you feel that you deserve that love?
It's not love. It's neediness, it's weakness, it's unbearable.
So it's only love if he chases you, stalks you, tapes you, is jealous of you, is that it? I think you need to look at this a little more carefully, Amy.
It's like it's happened already.
But it hasn't happened already. You still have a choice. Nothing happens without you.
So she's talking about addiction, man. It has happened already, mate, once you raise your mind up. But I don't know what she's on about, really. She's a fuck.
have to go to the bathroom.
But then she moans when her husband never treats her like a harlot, and she moans when he treats her like a lady. She does go through with it. I try and find the next episode of the aftermath.
Hi, it's Jake. Leave a message.
I'm missing one.
Hey Jake, it's me. It's nothing important. I just
Sorry. I'm missing a disc, and it might be the disc with the aftermath of this when he finds out and shit. She tells him.
it's nothing.
This is her husband. She's finding out.
Hi, it's Jake. Leave a message.
Hey Jake, it's me. It's nothing important. I just thought I might catch you. I just wanted to hear your voice. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Sitting in the bathroom. I think I'm gonna be naughty. Fucking quality show, man. Honestly, you should check it out.